Welcome to the predicted 11. Hello everybody and welcome to the predicted 11. Listen, this one I've been looking forward to because there's going to be loads and loads of changes after the disappointment of the Liverpool game. Maybe a few players should be dropped. I don't know. That's what we're going to get into. Listen, I've got my main man with me today, Dan Potts. How are you doing, Dan?
I'm good, brother. Good to be here, man.
Good to be
And I'm
here.
looking forward to this one.
This is
I've watched these and they've been a little bit predictable, I suppose.
Yes.
This one is going to be a bit of a mess, isn't it?
It's going to be a bit of a mess like that. But before we go into that, thoughts on the Liverpool game? Disappointed? Or you just move on?
Understatement, bruv. I'm disappointed. That was an opportunity, bro. That was an opportunity for me to go and put one hand on the trophy and say 8 points clear.
Yeah.
I don't think this squad messes it up from here, from that point. Now it's 6 and everyone's happy again. Well, I'm not happy because I think that was a missed opportunity. And I'll say this quickly, right, because I know we're supposed to be doing predicted 11. The reason I'm frustrated more than anything is I don't think that we would have nicked anything at Anfield when we were bad. And I don't think we would have gone to Stamford Bridge and had like 10 men and taken a point. And I don't think that we would have not lost by 8-2 and 6-0 at Wenger's last 1,000th game, whether it was at Chelsea. 6-3 at the Etihad, 5-1 Raheem Sterling and Sturridge and all these guys at Anfield. And they've come here and, let's be real, they didn't really try to play. They played some nice football in parts and dominated in the second half. But I look at it, Judge, and I'm like, they're walking away thinking, is that it? Yeah. And let's just say this very quickly. I don't want to make this sound a real negative thing, right? But that is a bad advert for the Premier League last night because that is the current champions against the team that's 6 points clear. I don't think either of them laid a glove on each other. No. It was so bad. And I know the weather comes into play about how the game is. I don't want to sound like Ty, because obviously it does make the game a bit nasty to watch. It does, yeah. Which is, I think, what Ty was supposed to say all them years ago, right? But when I look at it, I think that take everything away from it. We needed to win that game because that was a huge statement. And I come out and I said, if we beat Chelsea, we'll win the league. Couldn't do it. If we beat Villa, we couldn't do it. If we beat Liverpool, couldn't do it. And I've still got that in my head thinking, look, I know we're 6 points clear and I get it. Man City are looking there. And there's so many of them. And I've had 3 Man City fans that I know text me going, I was about ready to tap out. Thank you. You've given us a chance. And I think, no, we shouldn't have done that, bruv.
I'm with you on it. Like, the biggest disappointment for me is what you've said. Like, when we was at our weakest, right, we go up there and we get stuffed.
Yeah.
3 or 4. 3 or 4. You know what I mean? Gone to Liverpool 5-1. Like, they were at their weakest point yesterday. Like, you know what I mean? They had no forwards. Yes, they've still got their defence and they've still got their midfield, but we allowed them to just have the play, like, because we was just sort of like, we won't lay a glove on you if you don't lay a glove. Same at Anfield, disappointed, like, you know what I mean? So
very. But
there you go. We move on now to another competition, the FA Cup, and of course on Wednesday we got Chelsea in the semi-final. Are you looking at this game and thinking, right, loads of changes for this game, not so many changes for the Chelsea game, or are you thinking like wholesale changes for both games?
Wholesale changes for Portsmouth, strongest 11 for Chelsea. Because that Carabao Cup, I want to win it, Judge. I want to win it so bad. Because I think what it does is it installs that winning mentality to go and do something again in May, whether it's the League, Champions League, FA Cup, or even hopefully more of them, right? All of them. So when I look at it, this is the one that we make the changes for, and then we go stronger on the Wednesday at Stamford Bridge. That's what I would do. So this one's interesting.
So you wouldn't think of just doing it both times and then going strong against Forest when everybody can be like rested or whatever?
I think we've got to go strong in 2 of the 3 games. Okay. And the 2 that I'm going for are Chelsea and Forest.
Okay.
But look, injuries come into play and we might not be given the luxury, but we have got a strong squad. And people say it's one of the strongest, if not the strongest squad in the league. I think we've got to prove that because you have to rotate. We can't be seeing the same 11 in every single game. We've got too many games. So I do think we're going to have to make some wholesale changes at the weekend against Portsmouth. That is, of course, and I didn't say this on the preview, if it's on, because there's a lot of rumours.
I heard about that.
A lot of the snowing. It's going to snow on Saturday and it might be whole cancelled.
Yeah.
I don't want that, by the way.
No.
Because we've got to then fit that midweek.
So that's going to be interesting. Hopefully it won't, because their last game, by the way, their last league game was called off.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. So let's hope that the game's on. I don't think there's any disrespect if you put me over old Kepa's going in goal.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, you rate him a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest. But
I don't think he's ever let Arsenal down. I don't think he has. I think he's done okay.
No.
We had a good season at Bournemouth. And it's hard for him coming in every 2 weeks or whatever. Yeah. And I think now he plays. This is his first 2 games he's going to get. You know what I mean? I do think he'll play against Chelsea as well. Mm-hmm. So we won't see Raya until Forest. So I think that he deserves it, and I think he's done okay. So. Yep, Kepa in goal.
Well, it's the first time he's going to play 2 consecutive games, potentially. He hasn't let us down, but he is a goalkeeper that over the years has let teams score goals against him. So hopefully we don't see that, and he'll be solid for us.
Right, interesting now. Where we go here?
I'm going to pick someone who ain't on here.
I'm with you.
Okay, who are you going? The same player?
Well, Josh Nichols.
Josh.
Yeah, I'm playing Josh Nichols in this game.
I can't see... I guess Ben White will talk about, because I guess we're going to be doing the same thing, but Jurriën Timber can't play again.
No.
I've seen enough of Timber playing, and he was unbelievable. Probably the only player last night.
Yeah, I thought he was back to his best.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. Timber gets rested for this game. Yeah. I'm actually maybe thinking of playing Ben White as a central defender.
Same.
So, you're looking to do that as well, So,
that's what I would do.
Right. Obviously, Mosquera's in training. We know that, what I mean? And he's saying he's cut. Would you risk him for this? I would, for this game. I'm playing Ben
If
White.
he's fit, I'm happy to play Mosquera. Likewise, if Calafiori's fit, I'm happy to play Calafiori. However, because he's going to need some minutes, Calafiori ain't played for weeks, is he? But I don't know if either of them are. And Hincapié looks like he's out of a hamstring.
Yeah, he's definitely out of an hamstring a bit. Mosquera's definitely in training. I'm willing to do that. I'm actually willing. If Calafiori's fit, I'd actually play him. But then that's a tough one. He's only,
If Calafiori and Mosquera are both fit, that would be my back 4. So I would have Josh Nichols at right back.
Yeah.
Mosquera, Calafiori, and then Ben White, Mosquera, Calafiori.
Right, that would be yours. So.
That would be my back 4.
And you may be putting Miles Lewis-Skelly into midfield?
Potentially, but last night was a bit of a shocker for him.
Yeah, he had a poor game there, So
when he came on, and I love Miles, he's one of my favourites.
So we haven't got Josh Nichols, right? Okay, we've not got Josh Nichols, so we're pretending that Josh Nichols is there, Okay. Okay, I'm going to go with, we'll take the gamble.
Okay.
Right, we'll take the gamble that Mosquera is going to be fit and Ben White.
Ben White, okay.
Right, there could be a thing for putting Ben White there and maybe playing Saliba or Gabriel, and then one of them on the other day. But we'll have to wait and see on that, you know what I mean?
And then the left back is probably going to be Miles Lewis, because I think these two are probably going to miss out.
I think Calafiori might, if he's on the bench or whatever, I think that'll be that. This is where it's going to get interesting for me now.
Yeah.
Midfield. Mm-hmm. Odegaard, definitely out. Wanyeri, there's a potential there. There's also a potential for Norgard. Definitely for me. Holding midfield.
He comes in 100%. Norgard, 100%. He's the holding midfielder.
Now this is my problem.
I know what I'm doing, but you go first.
I'll go first. I'm going to put Eze in there as well, as a 10, right? Uh-huh. And I'm bringing in Marino in there.
Okay. I'll tell you what I would do.
Go on.
Personally, this isn't going to happen because I do think he's potentially going to go out on loan, and I do think that he's probably not going to play this game. But I'd be bringing in Ethan Nwaneri alongside Eze, and then I would be playing Norgard in the 6, Ethan and Eze like that. Because it's Portsmouth.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go attacking.
Where are you not going to play Marino?
Probably not going to play Marino in this one. I know that sounds harsh, but it might be that he is playing in the Carabao Cup game or he's playing in the Forest game, because we do have to rotate. But if I don't see this guy, I am worried for his Arsenal future. Not his football future, but I'm worried for his Arsenal future.
No, I think his Arsenal future's all right. I think that he'll go out on loan.
Okay. Well, let's go with what you think then, because I think we need to be realistic about it. But that's what I would do, just so everyone knows.
Yeah. Right? Listen, I love to see Wanyeri in there, but I think that Marino's higher up in the pecking order, if I'll be honest, and I think that's what he'd do. What we'd do, I'm with you. I would play.
You want Ethan?
I'd play.
I think we both agree with that, but I think we go with what we think, because this might not be what Arteta goes with either. So we've got to cry and do half and half. But yeah. I agree. Okay, cool.
Predicted. Right, up front. Difficult. I don't think it's. Let's put in the one person I think definitely going to start.
Okay.
Right? In my opinion, that's Madueke, right?
He's on the right. 100%.
So he's on the right, right?
Yeah. And I hope he has a good game, because I was impressed last night with his ability on the ball. I think he's brilliant beating. I think one-on-one, he's probably the best player we got.
Yeah. He's got pace.
He's got pace, got power. His crossing ability was good. No one now, which we'll come on to. But that for me, he's got to start, Nonny. 100%.
Right. Okay. Left-hand side is interesting.
Go on.
Now I'm thinking of playing Jesus there.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That's what I would do. I'm going to say but I think he'll play Jesus in there. But I'm going to go Jesus there, and I want this guy back. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's what I want. I don't think it will be, though, because I think he'll play only 20 minutes or so. So I do think it'll be Jesus over there, Havertz on the bench, and I think that he'll play Martinelli.
So that's where I'm at, what you've just done there. So the front three for me, Madueke, Jesus, Martinelli. That's what I think it will be. Kai Havertz, I'm not sure how fit he is.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's 100% even on the bench. But I wouldn't be playing Victor Gyökeres. I've got to be honest with you.
I'm going to come on to Victor now.
I've kind of seen enough, mate.
Right.
I've got to be honest with you.
Right.
I can't be a hypocrite. You know I wanted him, don't you?
Yeah.
You know I wanted him.
I was a big advocate of him.
Sometimes you've got to hold your hands up. I did it with Havertz. I thought, right, let's give him a chance up top. Yeah, not for me, right? And I know he actually would walk in right now. However, I can't be a hypocrite. I can't say I don't want Havertz, but I do want Gyökeres. I want to give him more time, but I didn't want to give Havertz time. I've seen enough time. I think if this was October, we might be looking at it going, maybe we'll give him a few more. We're now into 2026. I ain't seen enough from this geezer, mate. And I'm looking at not just goals, by the way. I don't think he affected the game at all against Liverpool.
No,
at all.
Didn't.
So I need to look at that, and I think people might think play him, confidence, Portsmouth.
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
Could be that way.
That was going to ask. Do you play? So there's two ways this is. If you play him against Portsmouth and he doesn't do the business, you know what I mean? What's that going to do for his confidence? Or do you leave him out, you know what I mean? But I can't see you leaving him out and saying, right, well, you'll play against Chelsea. The performances that he's played in the last couple of games, I don't think you can justify playing him at the moment, I've been trying to say, well, he's been doing this and he's doing that. Done okay against Bournemouth. He you know what I mean? He created the second goal, but at the end of it, ultimately, Dan, he's there to score goals, and we don't look like scoring with him.
Let's just say it how it is, mate, right? And I said this in the summer. I want a bagsman. I want a killer. I want a goal scorer. And we're praising him for doing anything but that. Yeah. So I can't sit there and say, yeah, but he's done that, because, well, we already had that in Kai Havertz. We've already got that with Mikel Merino. Let's be real. Jesus does that better than Victor Gyökeres, to be fair, just as well as Victor Gyökeres. I need someone to score, because Jesus doesn't get 30 a year, neither does Kai Havertz, neither does Mikel Merino. I thought that guy was going to be the guy. I didn't even think he was going to get 30. I thought he might have got between 15 and 20 Premier League goals this season. I think everybody did. That's what the aim and target should still be, by the way, and he could still get it. It don't look likely. And I've got to be honest, I'm starting to run out of patience, bruv.
What do you think? What do you think has gone wrong with him there? Then what do you think's gone wrong?
I think, if I'm brutally honest, it's a bit of both. I don't think it's just that he's a bad player and we've got a dud, because some people do. Because you don't score 100 goals in a league if you're not very good, right? And I'm talking about over 2 seasons there, by the way. You don't pick up the top scorer in Europe and Ballon d'Or and stand on the stage and go, I'm actually really bad, but cheers for this nice, pretty award. You're a good player, you know where the goal is. So I do think that he's got to look at adaptation and performance individually, but at the same time, I don't know another 9 that's worked well in this system for 6 years. So I look at how we play, and I don't think he wants a focal point. I don't think he wants 30 goals. I think he wants everyone to get in double figures. Mikel Arteta, which is nothing wrong with that, because if you win the league and he scores 5 goals, I don't care. Let me say this.
I
right?
get that.
But I wanted this guy to bag. I wanted him to bag. And maybe it doesn't work out. And what I will say, and I'm moving forward here a bit too much maybe, but if it don't work out, Lee, we can't stand still and go, hopefully it'll come good in a few years. We've got to go and move on and get someone that can play there.
No.
Whether it's a new signing, whether you go for Lautaro Martinez or Julian Alvarez or another guy in the Europe that you're thinking of, people might be shouting at the screen now, but I look at it right now and I wanted this guy to be good, and sometimes when you don't get. I wanted Jose Antonio Reyes to be one of the best players we ever had, RIP. He wasn't going to be. He was a great player, but he was never going to be the best player in the world. Ronaldo was always going to be at that year. Yeah, it was always going to be Cristiano Ronaldo when we got Reyes, and I'm thinking, Ronaldo is probably going to be better than Reyes. Oh, he definitely is, hands down. And sometimes you're looking at that, and I'm thinking, maybe Gyökeres isn't going to be the 20-goal season striker we need. Maybe he isn't going to be. Maybe I don't see, and you know, me and you disagree quite a lot about Kai Havertz and what he brings to Arsenal, right? He's nowhere near the upgrade on Havertz that we were needed. I don't look at him and go, at least we've not got Havertz. I don't do that.
The things Gyökeres is doing at the moment, Kai Havertz does and does it better.
I agree. Totally agree with that. And I thought that he was going to do what Kai Havertz does and score goals.
Score goals, yeah.
And he hasn't done the score goals.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Like, and Kai would have to. I always felt Kai would play the bigger games against the Liverpools. Like, you know, he would have been suited yesterday, dropping into that midfield, helping us out and whatever. Like, you know. But when you played Man United last season, when we lost on penalties, he's missed 2 sitters, and you're saying, well, Gyökeres will get.
He'll be there, but he ain't in the place.
He hasn't even. He hasn't. I look at it now. Marino's getting more opportunities to score goals than him when he's playing up there. Jesus is getting more chances to prove and score goals. He's played the last 2 games. I don't think he's really looked like scoring.
I agree.
So it is a bit of a worry. Like, you know, you don't see like. Declan Rice playing at right back there, like, you know.
Well, I mean, it's a chance. I'll tell you what I will do, because people might look at this and get a bit frustrated, right? And for the order of this, I'll go with what I think Mikel Arteta might do at the back four here very quickly. I think he will go at right back, Ben White.
Yeah.
And I actually think he won't play, and I think he will go with both of these guys, if I'm brutally honest. And I might be wrong, but I think he might play both of them. Because I don't think the others are as fit as we're thinking. I don't think Calafiori, Mosquera or Nketiah are about. And I don't think, and Timber, I don't think we risked. So he could play with Timber right and have one of them out and Ben White in the middle, but I just don't think he will. I just think he'll go with that. I could be wrong. You know.
Would you be a little bit annoyed if he did go with that? Gabriel probably needs games. I think Gabriel needs games, but you're asking Gabriel, you're asking in theory with these 2 guys now to play 3 games.
Basically 3 games in a row.
3 games in 7 days.
Which is why I think it is a little bit rough. But at the same time, if he has, it really does depend on the fitness of people. Because if he can't play Josh Nichols or Mosquera, because they're the only 2 really that he can jump in, or Marley Salmon, I don't think he's going to do that. I truly don't think he will. Now, I could be wrong. He could play both. He could play Josh Nichols, Marley Salmon, Ben White and Miles Lewis-Skelly, but I don't think he'll do that.
We'll get onto this on Wednesday. I think also what he's got to do on Wednesday night, right? And we'll talk about this another time, but I think he's got to come in then. That's my back four for
okay. So
Wednesday.
Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Timber at left back.
Yeah.
That was solid last year. Do you remember?
Yeah, that would be my. Now that Mosquera's out, Mosquera.
Calafiori and Nketiah.
Yeah. You know, and then maybe if Calafiori could be fit.
It does depend on fitness. It's very hard this because we have got options and we've got a big squad.
See, I think if Calafiori's fit, I'm taking one of these 2 out.
I agree, and it probably would be Gabriel. I know you say Gabriel needs minutes, but he's also the one that's just come back.
Yeah. I'll take and then you know what I mean?
Well, as I said to you earlier, I'd play Calafiori and Mosquera.
Yeah, if they're both fit.
Of course we would, and that would be the back 4. We take Gabriel and Saliba out. You've got Ben White, Mosquera, Calafiori, Miles Lewis-Skelly. That's your back 4. I do think it will be this because I just don't think they're as fit as the centre backs are as fit. Well, 2 reasons. I don't think the centre-backs are as fit, as in Calafiori and Mosquera and Nketiah, and I don't know that he's going to chuck Josh Nichols or Marley Salmon in for one of his first games in the FA Cup.
And that's the thing that he's got with, you know, we've got this dilemma where we've got this game, which does mean a lot. Like, you know, I think it'd be easier to do that in the Champions League because there's, you know, if we do lose in the Champions League, it's not the end of the world. We lose on Saturday, we're out. Sunday, we're out. So, you know, I think it's very, very important that we keep in the competition for obvious reasons. You don't know how it's going to pan out in draws and things like that. You can get a nice home draw in the next round and everything like that. But I think this game's important for the likes of Martinelli, Madueke, Eze definitely.
Yes, 100%.
Norgard to get minutes under their belts, like, you know what I mean? Like Ben White needs minutes under his belt. I think he needs to have a few more games to say like that he's there. But also for this game here, it's essential that we don't see him, we don't see Martinelli, we don't see Saka. Let's talk about Saka quickly before we go. Rumours are that he's agreed a new 5-year contract. He's not the same Saka at this moment in time. Do you think that is down to the injury, or it's just not happening for him at this moment in time?
I think there's always an element to say that it's not happening for him. And I think some of the stuff he's trying to do, he's trying. And the reason I don't think he's coming off, judges, is because I think he is now a yard off it. I just think he's a little bit of a yard off it. He don't quite look the same player. And I love Saka, he's my favourite player, right? He's absolutely wonderful talent. And I look at him and I think, wow. But I haven't looked at him this season and gone, wow, yet. And we're halfway through it. I'm waiting to see the Saka we all saw. I worried it wouldn't be the same Saka when he got that injury. I hope he comes back stronger and he is going to prove everyone wrong and he's going to bang in goals. But I'm struggling to see the same Bukayo Saka at the moment. Doesn't mean he doesn't deserve a contract. He absolutely does. I want him to stay. But we all know, we've seen Ozil and Aubameyang sign 300k a week and it go wrong for him. Yeah. I hope it don't for Bukayo Saka.
No, I don't think. I think, like, you know, someone said the other day, well, how comes he's come back with the same injury? It's more explosive for him. He's got. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it ain't so. You know, and I think it's going to take him a little bit longer to get up to speed, like, you know. And I think this is where Mikel comes very, very important, that he spares him the minutes.
Yeah, I agree.
To get Madueke.
I don't think he's been looked after, I'll be honest with you. And I'm not... It's hard for Mikel Arteta. He's got a wonderful talent now. He wants to play him. And he wants to play. Saka wants to. He's not sitting there going, oh yeah, rest me please. But I don't think we've looked after him in the last couple of years, and it may come to bite us. And I'm talking about when we go 5-0 up in the Champions League game and he's bringing him on, and we're starting him against Bolton, and we're bringing him on when 3-0 up against Preston. Yeah. And even these games this season against Port Vale and against in the Champions League, we're winning 2-3-0. He's coming on. What are you bringing him on for, man? Yeah. He doesn't need the minutes. He needs the rest more than the minutes, right? So that's where I'm at. And unfortunately for Bukayo, it's got to the stage where he's going to need a few more months, I think.
Yeah, and I wouldn't play him Tuesday neither. I'll be honest. I don't. Wednesday. He don't play against Chelsea neither. Next two games he's on the bench, as far as I'm concerned. But you know, try and give.
We love him. We love him.
We want him to be. We want him at his best. A little bit of rest, I think, will do him very, very good. Like, you know, and so that's it. Let's see. Put in the comments what you think is going to be your back four. Do you take the risk with the two central defenders? I think it's a big call, that, like, you know. Personally, we wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's very, very important that Mosquera and Calafiori are fit. We know that Nketiah, by the way, I thought Nketiah, I've been a bit of a critic, has proved me wrong in the last couple of games and played very, very well.
I like him. I thought he was excellent against Liverpool as well until he come off.
Yeah, he did. He defensively very, very well. So that is the team that we've gone with, you know. Or do you put Gyökeres in there, and does King Kai come back in? Like, you know what I mean? I can't wait to see King Kai, like, you know. So let's hope that it does happen. But I think 20 minutes for King Kai, and probably 20 minutes against Chelsea, and probably then he'll be. I think his first start's going to be Carrier.
Oh yeah, well, it's Kai Havertz, Kai Rapp. Maybe that's what it'll be, mate.
That's what it's going to be, like, you know. So, King Kai coming back, hat-trick. You heard it first on here, like, yeah. Dan, thank you very much.
Top man, Lee.
Been a pleasure. Thank you very much for watching. Put the comments in who you think should be up front and what you want at the back. And what I want to know, so that I know you've watched this, is how many minutes you're giving King Kai. Have a good one. Take care.